In this video, we're going to be looking at coordinate planes and graphing. Our objective: understand parts of a coordinate plane and to understand how to graph an ordered pair. The vocabulary for this lesson is origin, where two number lines of a coordinate plane intersect. So basically where the two number lines will cross. Axis, number line that helps create a coordinate plane. There are two axes in a coordinate plane, one horizontal and one vertical. They're what create the coordinate plane for us. Quadrant, section of a coordinate plane made by the x and y axis. So basically when these two lines cross, they make four areas. Those four areas are called quadrants. Lastly, an ordered pair, two numbers that designate a location on a coordinate plane. First, we want to look at the parts of the ordered plane. So, we actually have 7 parts of the ordered plane: the x-axis, y-axis, origin, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you notice, 2 axes where they cross, and then 4 sections. So those are 7 parts. So we just want to label each so that we understand which one is which, and I'm going to try and explain them. So first we're going to start with the x-axis. The x-axis is our horizontal. So there's our x-axis. Some like to label it on both sides. Okay, we have a positive side and a negative side, and then 0 in the middle there. We can make this a little bit different, but this is our standard coordinate plane. Then we have our y-axis. Our y-axis is vertical. Easy way to remember that is the y has that vertical tail, so it's got to be the vertical axis. Again, positive and negative sides. Okay, then there's the origin. The origin is where these two number lines cross. So in this case, there's the origin. Now the origin is a special spot called 0, 0. It's where both number lines are exactly at 0. So we don't call it 0. We have to call it 0, 0. Okay, quadrant 1 is our most used quadrant, which we typically use positive numbers more than negatives. So our positive x and positive y, this section here, is known as quadrant 1. I like to call it Q1. And then what we do is we actually go counterclockwise. So here's quadrant 1, we go to quadrant 2, and then we keep going counterclockwise. So negative, negative is quadrant 3, and we end with quadrant 4 in the bottom right hand corner. So we start quadrant 1 positive, positive, and then work counterclockwise. This is the basics of the coordinate plane. Now we're going to look at how do we graph. So here's a coordinate plane and 6 ordered pairs that I'm going to graph. I have the basics of a coordinate plane or an ordered pair being an x and a y. So this is where knowing x here and y here matters. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start at our origin. And the x value, so we're going to start here with 3, 2. The 3 tells us to go to the positive 3. 1, 2, 3. And the 2 tells us to go to the positive 2 up. 1, 2. That right there is 3, 2. The first one tells us the x movement, and the second one tells us the y movement. Positives meaning right and up, negatives meaning left and down. So let's go to 0, 5 next. So we're going to start at 0, 0. 0 for the first one means we don't move any left and right. 5 telling us to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then we've got negative 4, 0. This one's telling us to go 4 left. We want to go negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 0 tells us to stay on that line. Next one, negative 3, negative 5. So negative 3 tells us to go left 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my last two, 1, negative 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and negative 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to look at how we do this with the table, and some of these I'm going to ask you to try yourself. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is draw this table and draw this coordinate plane. We're in graph. I'm going to do 3 of these myself, and the other 3 I want you guys to try, bring them to class. So we're just going to label them A, B, C, D, E, and F. You guys are going to be expected to graph D, E, and F on your own. I'm going to go through A, B, and C. We do it exactly like the ordered pair, X, and then Y. So, negative 2, 1, 2, up 1. There's A. 1, negative 1, there's B. And 0, so I move none to the right or left, and up 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's C. Okay, your job will be on your coordinate plane to graph D, E, and F so I can check if you've done it right. If there's any part of this video that you didn't understand or you need to watch again, make sure that you pause, rewind, and rewatch, and bring your questions to class. Thank you.